Hey geeks, Barry here, and today I'm going to show you how to take measurements for Armorsmith. Now I've seen this come up a lot of times in the Facebook group that I'm part of, the Armorsmith Design Facebook group, and for those real quick that don't know what Armorsmith is basically a scaling sizing tool to allow you to scale and size Pepakura files to yourself. And then right now it is, I think, about $35. I'll put a link to it down below. It's a really great program and it's pretty much my go-to tool for when I'm working with and making armor pieces. But one of the key things I see a lot of people having problems with is how to take measurements for it. And so in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to do, is show you how to properly take your measurements for this. Now before we get started, there's a couple of key things I'm going to want you to know. First is that I do not take measurements of length. I generally just take circumference measurements. So when it comes to length and all that, I simply just put the mannequin to my height and then input all the circumferences. But we'll go over that towards the end of the video. Another key thing is to know what to use when taking your measurements. As you can see here, your measurements will change depending on what the thickness of your measuring tape is. So here I'm using a tailor's tape to measure my forearm. Comes out to about 11 inches. Go up to about a 1/4 inch thick piece of foam. Now you'll see that my forearm is 12 inches circumference. Finally, a 1/2 inch piece of foam. My forearm is somewhere about 13 to 13.5 inches. So if your material is foam, you will want to make sure to use a foam ruler of the same thickness of whatever foam you're using. Now for this demonstration, I'll be using a tailor's tape, mainly because this is a catch-all mannequin, so I'll be using it for a variety of thicknesses and material. So one of the kind of things that I will have to keep in mind, and if you follow along with me, that you'll need to keep in mind, is to adjust the template size to whatever thickness that you may be using. That could be an increase of anywhere from 5 to 10% increase in size. But because naturally the best thing is to size it, print it, and see that it fits with the paper model, hopefully a lot of that will be taken care of. But without further ado, let's get into it.
So this will be for version 1.1.22.3. So for the head, you'll want to get a measurement about where you would wear a hat, so right at the brow line or just above it. And what's nice about Armorsmith is if you pay attention, it actually does show you about where to take the measurement with a circle around the part. So for the neck, guys and girls, you'll see you'll want to take it about where your Adam's apple is or just below it. So next we'll move on to the actual torso. So for the this is the bust. So you will want to wrap it around right where your nipples would be. For the next part is the chest. Ladies, this is basically your underbust. Guys, what you'll be doing, as you can see here, is this is best at probably where the base of your ribs are. Basically the middle part, or the base of your ribs. So, and I believe next will be your waist, which is wrapped around where your belly button would be, or is. All right, so we'll be moving. We'll still be moving down the body. Next is your hips, which is basically the center section right around your butt to your crotch area. And like I said, if you pay attention to the model, it has a circle where it should be. Moving up, we'll go start with the arms. Notice with the wrist, you'll want it to be where you would wear a watch, so you can actually still flex your wrist. The forearm, pretty simple. It will be the medius part of your forearm, so just below the elbow. And then the final part for the arms is your biceps, which that should be fairly simple and easy to tell. However, you'll notice when I'm taking a measurement for my biceps, I'm not fully... Well, here, I'll just wait till the video comes up. So notice I've got it slightly bent, but I'm not fully flexing. You do not want to like power flex, because that will actually be too much room. But a slight flex is what you'll want. So from there, we'll move down to the legs, which again, from here will be kind of easy. With the thigh, you want the meaty part. Notice I've slightly bent it to add that little bit of flex to my thigh. Next will be the calf. Again, pretty simple, the medius part of your calf area. So maybe about an inch or so below your knee. Again, I'll have my legs slightly flexed, or slightly bent, so I'm adding a bit of flex, but again, not full on power flexing the calf muscle. From there, you go down to the ankle. Now, if you are wearing a boot of some kind, you will want to factor that in. But again, since this is an all-purpose mannequin, I'm just going to factor that in as I'm scaling the armor. So, and I'm putting in all the measurements, and this should be the final look. And here's a picture of me. So I'll throw up a couple of pictures of profile. Anyways, I hope that you enjoy the video. I hope this really helped. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, throw them in the comments section below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.